Water is essential in our homes, schools, and businesses.
The Hawaii County Department of Water Supply is making an effort to educate everyone about its mission.
We need to understand where water comes from and what is needed to keep it clean and pure.
This video was recently produced by the Water Department and uploaded to YouTube.
The County of Hawaii Department of Water Supply is responsible for bringing clean water from the aquifers to the people and businesses of Hawaii Island. They operate 23 public water systems with over 70 wells, drilled as deep as 2,000 feet. The water travels through hundreds of miles of pipe to over 112,000 customers island-wide. Providing safe and reliable water at an affordable price are top priorities for the department.
Basically, if we do our job right, bottom line, we get taken for granted.
On October 12th, Water Supply Manager and Chief Engineer Keith Okamoto made a presentation to the Hawaii County Charter Commission.
And we like to think that when you get your water bill, it's probably less than your cell bill, HELCO bill, telephone, cable, cell phone bill, things like that. And currently, we're still only sending out a bill every 2 months. Back in 1949, the territorial legislature created the Board of Water Supply. And prior to that, my understanding was the funds were commingled with county general funds. And the water infrastructure on the island was in really bad shape, basically. So following the model in Honolulu, which established their own Board of Water Supply in 1929, the legislature passed an act to create the Board of Water Supply on our island. And since that time, for nearly 70 years, we've been operating as a semi-autonomous department within the county.
The Water Supply campaign to educate comes as the Charter Commission considers a proposal to revamp the way the county handles its water resource.
There needs to be coordination. Water is a very finite resource. And as we look towards another decade or two of declining rainfall, we need to be thinking about water in our future. Otherwise, there isn't any.
Environmental Management Commission Chair Rick Bennett suggested a charter amendment to dismantle the Department of Water Supply in favor of creating a Department of Water Sustainability.
We chose to step back and look at the larger picture on not just how that department influences water quality, but how the policies of all the departments, Parks and Recreation, Planning, Building, the group that does the roads. And we found that all of these departments, through their policies, can have profound influence on the water quality of this island. And there are literally big holes in the bucket. And so our recommendation to the Charter Commission was to create a policy that caused the departments to coordinate. Have a person in the mayor's office who oversees that. And then the most controversial part was to take the Department of Water Supply, bring it into the family, and to increase the scope of their responsibility for water conservation, which by and large is not happening, and then water reuse.
So for sustainable water resource management, a commission already exists.
At the October 12th Charter Commission meeting, testifiers defended the semi-autonomous water department.
Dismantling the water supply, Department of Water Supply, would be unwise and irresponsible. There's an established long record of upholding its mission and maintaining a high-quality service of its most precious resource to the residents of Hawaii.
Mayor Harry Kim also spoke in support of keeping things as they are.
The Department of Water Supply is our most precious resource, and the resource must be protected from, as much as possible, the control of a single factor like the mayor. I push for and I will always support it be under the People's Commission. Even that is questioned by some, well, you appoint the commissioners. That is correct. But the council, we just nominate, the council approve or disapprove. I am for a form of government that disseminates the power as much as possible where it is best. The Department of Supply belongs under the control, supervision of the people through the commission system.
Unfortunately, the issue of water supply got picked up, and this charter amendment probably won't get off the ground at all, but our job was to start the conversation. Kalakaua is going to have about almost 2 million gallons of highly treated wastewater for reuse available in 2 years. And right now, we're not quite sure if that's going to happen, if at all.
The Charter Commission did question the makeup of the Water Board, which oversees the administration of the department.
One of the earliest pieces of testimony we received as a commission was from a man who was suggesting that we put into the charter more demanding qualifications for people on the Water Board.
Okay.
I think they specifically were asking for, I think, an engineering degree in relation to the pump failures that happened. So this person felt that the commission did not have the technical knowledge to be able to ask the right questions, basically, and help to direct the department appropriately. I think they were asking for at least one person on the commission to have, very technical knowledge. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that would be an appropriate amendment to the charter to ask for that in the commission?
Okay, thank you. Personally and professionally, I don't think that's required within the charter. As far as I've been with the department for over 20 years, and I've gone through numerous water boards. And I think it's actually a benefit when you have a mix and you don't put certain requirements on the board members, because you have these varying perspectives that are all legitimate. We have technical staff on board. All we need is direction from the water board saying, hey, this is a priority. We want you to, maybe seek outside professional assistance, which is what we did on this last go around with the Kona situation. And, we do have, from time to time, some technical people on the board, and it could be financial background, it's been legal background, it's also been engineering background. And I've never seen it where one really showed to be an actual necessity to be identified as in a charter amendment. I think overall as a body, when they all can collectively come together and work with the department, we've always come up with appropriate solutions.